Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Jayden McCarthy of Rochester Stoney Creek High School. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I know that you're about to, I don't know if you've wrapped up, I don't know if you're done with school or anything like that, but of course, wrapping up a pretty good senior year. How do you think this year was just overall?
Definitely a roller coaster, I would say. We had lots of ups and also lots of downs, with every game being a one score game. And I just loved my senior year. I wouldn't change any of it. All the guys that I was with, my supporting cast, the coaches, I just loved every second of it.
Yeah. What was it like to play, be a quarterback for, what is it like to be a QB of a varsity high school football team? Because I don't think I obviously I've talked to many high school football players and a lot of QBs, but what is it just like being a QB at your high school?
Well, so first, I've never played quarterback before this year. I played tight end and defensive end my whole life, and I tore my ACL, MCL, meniscus my junior year, and we were doing like for football. We had like a dad's barbecue where it was like all of the football players' dads would come in, and we'd be like cooking food and stuff. And we had a long ball competition of who could throw the farthest, and me and my dad actually won that. And my coach was like just jokingly being like, "Hey, maybe you should play quarterback next year because our senior was gonna be leaving."
Right.
And we had a sophomore coming up, but we didn't really know how good he was gonna be. And then throughout summer, it was looking like the upcoming junior was gonna be the starting quarterback. And then a couple weeks before the season started, he moved to Ohio. So my coach was like, "Jayden, you're gonna have to learn the quarterback playbook, and you're gonna have to go out there and sling the ball." So it was definitely a shock, but it I I wouldn't change it for the whole world. I love playing quarterback. A lot of design QB runs, and that's what I'm all about. I love running the ball, but I can sling the thing too.
Yeah. Did you think that, I had to be like, what was it? It's like going home, it's like, I'm gonna actually be quarterback and stuff, doing something I've never done before.
Hmm.
Here we go. But what was your reaction when you first found out?
I was pretty shocked. I didn't really think that was gonna happen because I mean, never done it before, and I have only a couple weeks to get ready before our first game, and I was more determined to be the very best that I could, other than like being scared or cowered out of the situation. But I think that I attacked it very, very well.
Yeah. I know that the record may not, reflect on how the year actually went, but overall, you know, what, it was a good way for, you guys to cap off, your senior year and all that stuff. But what do you feel like, what will you most remember about your time, at Stony Creek?
Probably, honestly, the brothers that I've made throughout the journey. My offensive line was fantastic, and we're always going to be boys. My wide receiver core was awesome. They always, if I made a bad throw, they always uh, made the catch and made me look good. But they definitely helped me a lot. But it was definitely my supporting cast and the brothers that I made along the way that really stands out for me.
Yeah. Okay. So, I know that what was your best moment like in your high school football career?
My best moment, I would say, was against not Lake Orion, sorry, West Bloomfield. It's a back and forth game the whole game. And I, Brandon Davis Swain, he's going to Colorado.
Yeah.
He was coming off the edge, and I kind of shrugged the tackle, and I pump faked once, shrugged another tackle, pump faked again, and then got destroyed. And I just threw it down the field because I saw my tight end Adam Bazzi open. And at first, I heard everybody screaming, and I thought I threw an interception, but it was actually a touchdown, and I was going crazy. That was just the best feeling in the entire world, thinking I threw an interception and then get up and it was actually a touchdown.
Yeah. Um, okay, so I know that your football career is not over, just not over because you are continuing to get in college and you're going to be heading to Adrian.
Yes, sir.
What is that going to be like for you? Why Adrian?
It really just felt like home. I've been there twice, and the first time I went down there, it was like a Tuesday, school days, and I just decided to go down there, and they never really piqued my interest at first. It was more like Alma and Albion. They kind of piqued my interest, but when I stepped on campus, I just felt like I was home, and I love the coaches, love the guys that are already there, and yeah, I made my decision pretty late, but I knew the whole time it was going to be Adrian.
Okay, so this is a you know, of course, you're new to college, but you're also it's also a new coaching staff as well.
Hmm.
Um, Obviously they're very familiar with, obviously they've coached football for a long time, but what was it like meeting Coach Palka? Of course, obviously someone I know for a long time from, from covering Celine all those years, but what's it going to be like playing for Coach Palka and that staff?
I'm very, very excited. He's a very, very smart man. Um, the way that his playbook, it's very articulate and very smart. So I'm just super excited to get rolling and uh get there this fall.
Yeah. Okay. And of course you're going to be, you're going to be a quarterback again.
Mhm.
What, and now that you've kind of been through it with a year and obviously, everything happens for a reason and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But what made you decide, hey, I'm just going to stick with this thing?
You know, I kept telling myself during the season that everything happens for a reason,
Yeah.
and I really did find my place at quarterback. I mean, I'm always open to just playing because I'm a football player. I don't The positions don't really matter. I'm a football player, so I'll play any position that if that's what the team needs for me to play tight end, to play defensive end, whatever it takes. I mean, I'll do it because I want to win some games, but quarterback is what I'm going into, and I loved it so much, and I feel like that would be the best benefit for Adrian.
Okay. Um, okay. So, let's talk about what the next few weeks, are you done with high school or have you had your
Yep,
last
yep,
day and all that?
yep. We had our last day a couple weeks ago.
Okay. So what has it been like these last few weeks?
Been pretty crazy. It really hasn't even hit me yet that I'm never gonna see like 90% of the kids that I've been going to school with since I was 6 years old. But I've been just working my butt off, going to the gym, running outside, um, working a job, couple jobs, and yeah.
Yeah. Is it just like, have you, obviously, course graduation, probably the last time you'll get to see mostly, everybody, and you may not see any of them again for the rest
Hmm.
of your life. What's it gonna be like walking across that stage and getting the diploma?
It's just gonna prove all the hard work that I put in throughout my 12 years of being in school. Just a lot of hard work put into my grades and studying, and it's just gonna feel I'll be relieved for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. One more thing, and we'll get to know, and then we'll get to know you. Is when you first like, this always hits me. I don't know. It's like you're done with high school thing. Have you ever gone out like during like the day, like when you go out like 9, 10, 11 noon and go out and do things? It's weird the first time. I remember when I
Yeah.
did it, was it weird?
Oh, it was very weird. It was like yeah, it was like a feeling that I can't even explain. It
Yeah.
was just like so much weight's been lifted off my shoulders, and especially like once that bell rang for the final time, the feeling that I got, it was again, I just can't really explain it. It was just an unearthly feeling.
Absolutely. It's like Wow, this is what happens during the day around there,
Yeah.
like going to offices, going out to eat, going to the it's a lot different than just, going out on a weekend where everyone's off.
Absolutely.
It's or during like, past there, but it's just the lunch rush and all that stuff. It's really interesting the first time you get to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. All right. Let's get to know you a little bit, Jayden. How about that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, who is your favorite football player growing up?
That's a tough one. I idolize my game from Cam Newton for sure. I love the way he runs, but my all-time favorite player, I'm a huge Lions fan, so I would probably say Calvin Johnson. The way
Okay.
that he played, I mean, the catches he's made, and he's just remarkable.
So what's the biggest thing that you um what's let's see. Biggest thing that your biggest accomplishment in your high school career, you think?
Ending with a 3.86 GPA.
That's awesome.
Um, yeah, that would took a lot of hard work and a lot of AP classes and just so much studying to go into it. And I felt super relieved when I got that achievement.
Okay, what's the hardest class you ever took in high school?
Either biology or chemistry. I'm not a science person, and those it was like a whole new language to me. It
Yeah.
was
Especially, obviously a lot of people, for full context, I don't know how it is around other states, but most people take biology their freshman year. So
oh man.
obviously, it is you're getting thrown into probably thing there. And obviously a lot of people, chemistry is obviously taken, but then of course, then you have all those AP classes.
Yep.
And it kind of throws into that. So, um, what's your go-to place for food?
Go-to place. There's a spot in Rochester. It's like right next to our school, maybe 2-minute drive away. It's called Away.
Yeah,
It's a Mediterranean like Chipotle place, but
yeah.
it's for Mediterranean food. That place, I mean, I could eat there every single day of the week. It's so good.
There's a few Pita Rays around here too. So,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah,
yeah. Um, okay. And then finally, what is something people do not know about you?
yeah. Some
Or like an interesting fact people may
yeah.
never guess.
Um I would say that um I used to be a couple years ago, I used to like basketball more than I did football.
Really?
Yeah, I used to like practice basketball way more than I did football, and I got cut from the like seventh and eighth grade basketball team, and I just worked at it nonstop, and then I ended up making the high school team. But definitely basketball was my love before it was football, and then a little bit of basketball, and then it was football again.
Yeah. All right. All right, Jayden. Thank you so much for the time as always. Congrats on a good
Yeah, of course.
year, and then and best of luck to you at Adrian.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.